Welcome everyone. In today's video, we're going to be keeping it simple. I'm going to explain the core idea of how everything from your phone, your laptop, to any other piece of tech you might have lying around works. During this, we're going to ask ourselves two questions. What is a computer and how does it work? So whether you're here just taking notes or just listening in, let's jump in and learn together. Now, at its core, a computer is typically an electronic machine that takes input, processes that information, and gives you an output. And that's really the simplest way to explain it. Let's better visualize this using something familiar, like your coffee machine. You input the coffee grounds or beans into the machine. It then processes them with heat and water, and the output is a wonderful fresh cup of coffee. However, with a computer, you're not giving it ingredients, you're giving it data. Data such as entering an address into your GPS for it to give you directions. The computer gets your input, decides what to do, and then makes it happen. And it doesn't matter if it's a phone, a tablet, or even a laptop. They all follow the same basic idea. Now that we understand the core concept, let's break this down even further. What does that input part actually look like? Well, input is how you tell the computer what to do. Some familiar inputs are like pressing keys on a keyboard, swiping on your phone, even telling your smart speaker to play music. A webcam also counts. That's feeding video into the computer, and that's another form of input. The principle behind input devices is simple. They send information into the computer so it knows which action to take. So, what happens next? Well, once the computer has your input, it needs to figure out what to do with it. That job falls to the CPU, or the Central Processing Unit. You can think of this as the computer's brain. The CPU reads and follows instructions written in code, does the math, then makes decisions and tells other parts what to do. It's the control center that keeps everything running. But the CPU doesn't work alone. Just like your brain works with your hands and eyes, the CPU works with other components too. Some tasks are too demanding or too specialized for even just the CPU alone, especially when it comes to graphics. Like playing a video game, editing a video, or watching a 4K movie, the CPU needs backup. And that's where the GPU or the graphics processing unit comes in. Think of the CPU as the general manager of a project, and the GPU as the graphics team that brings the visuals to life. The GPU is optimized to handle thousands of tasks at the same time, which is perfect for rendering images, animations, or visual effects very quickly. For example, when you're playing a game, the GPU is constantly updating the scenery, the characters, lighting, and motion in real time. Even non-gaming tasks like video editing or using AI-powered apps benefit from GPU power. Many smartphones today even have a mini GPU in them to handle things like camera filters, facial recognition, or smooth scrolling. Now, once all that processing is done, whether by the CPU or the GPU, the computer needs a way to show you that result. And that's where output comes in. A monitor displays images and video, speakers play music or voice, and a printer gives you a physical page. This is how the computer communicates back to you. And remember, without output, you wouldn't know if the computer even did anything. You could type a whole essay, but if nothing showed up on the screen, you'd be completely in the dark. So output is just as important as input as it closes that communication loop. Now, computers handle a lot of information at once, running apps, opening files, updating the screen, and keeping track of what you're doing, all at lightning speed. To do that smoothly, they need a way to remember and organize all this information. And that's where memory comes in. There are two main types you'll hear about, RAM and storage. RAM, or random access memory, is like your desk space. It holds everything you're actively working on, such as open programs, files, browser tabs, everything ready for quick access. But here's the catch. Once the computer turns off, all the stuff in RAM disappears. It's only temporary. Storage, on the other hand, is long-term memory. It's your hard drive, or SSD, where your photos, your apps, documents, and videos live. Think of this as like a filing cabinet. It's only used when needed, and luckily, it's permanent when the computer turns off. Between that quick access workspace and the long-term storage, your computer can keep track of what you're doing now, remember what you've done before, and be ready for what's next. Put it all together, input, process, output, and memory, and you've got the complete picture of what a computer is and how it works. That's the core recipe for every computer. Simple, but powerful enough to run the world we live in today. I hope this video helped you understand the basics of how a computer thinks and works. If it did, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our growing tech community. We love hearing from you, so please drop a comment below and let us know what tech topic you'd like to hear from us next. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.